Alright, what's up, guys? How are we doing today? Steve Mingleco, Final Web Design, and today I want to talk about the important process of selling a website or the website sales process. Final Web Design, this is Steve. Now, selling websites is different than selling many other items out there that you might think of when you think of buying stuff, such as like TVs or cars or tennis shoes. The problem with selling websites is that a lot of time people don't really know what they're going to get in the end. They have an idea that they need a website, they have an idea that they need something to get their business out there online. However, they don't exactly know what the process is and what they're ultimately going to have in the end. So why don't we just break this down into a few pieces here? The first would be just kind of getting the sales contact and how to go about getting into the starting the sales process. The second would be about kind of prospecting the client or the customer or the company. Like, what is their current website? Do they have assets for the business? Do they have any goals that they're trying to accomplish? The third would probably be kind of giving the client or customer or business an idea of what the time frames and costs could be with the process of sales, selling a website or building a website. And the fourth would kind of be just trying to sell any additional services such as hosting, marketing, SEO, things like that. So why don't we just break this down into those kind of four pieces for the website sales process? And the first thing is finding new customers and leads. Now, this is something, again, that every single business should have a website. I don't care if you're selling coffee makers or you're selling Tesla cars. Whatever the business is, you need to have your own online presence. A big reason for this is because clearly most people today in 2022 find their business or services through the internet, through Google, through search engines, through social medias. So having a flush amount of business contacts is a great way. Now, we do mostly inbound marketing, so every lead comes into our business through SEO, people filling out a form on the website, people giving us a direct call. All of our leads are generated inbound. However, there's a lot of big companies out there that do a lot of outbound cold calling, emailing, just trying to find businesses that maybe have a bad website presence and telling them how you're able to help them and how you're able to improve that presence and give them a website that ultimately will help them grow and start their business online. So that's just a real quick rundown of how to get the actual sales process started when you're finding these new customers and leads. However, let's talk about once you have that lead and you have somebody who's interested in moving forward, you really have to do your research and prospecting the customer and prospecting the company and where is this business at with their digital presence. The first thing, I guess, out of prospecting the client or customer or company is that you need to see if they currently have a website. Is there something online that you can kind of reference? Has it been built maybe 10 years ago? Has it been built recently and they just weren't satisfied? What is the process of their current online infrastructure? Where are they trying to go with this? So then you can take a look at, do they have any of the business assets? Do they have business colors that they're currently using? Do they have a logo that they're currently using? Any of these type of items that are associated with the business could really help you get a jump start on what the company is about and where they're ultimately trying to go. And then the third thing would be like, what are their goals or what are they trying to accomplish with this website? Are they making sales? Are they trying to get lead generation? So really you have to do your due diligence as a web sales professional in looking into their technology, looking into their business, and finding out how you can best improve their website presence. And again, there's a lot of different ways to kind of start to evaluate the business. Now, if they currently have nothing online and nothing's available to even kind of look at, they don't have a business card, they don't have, they don't even know what they want. You kind of have to be the one that leads them in that direction. Talk about, okay, we need to start with some kind of brand identity. What is your logo? What is your icon? What is your name of your business? And then from there, you can either see kind of what their competition in the market is doing, Or if it's easier for you, you can kind of self-create a little bit of idea for them of how you think you could best assist them in building this online process. And again, there's a lot of different ways to kind of assess where the business is currently with its online infrastructure. But as the web sales professional, you need to lead the client and the customer into this. The next thing is you need to start talking about costs and time frames for the project like this when you're making the sales. What is their time frame looking like? Is this going to be, a small 5-page website that simply has a lot of text and content and images, or is this going to be a type of website where they're going to be taking scheduling or payments or selling thousands of products? When you get into these different levels of websites, they're really going to have a different amount of costs associated, work behind it, and time frames. So how are you going to help explain to the client what they ultimately need? Now, a majority of small businesses are just trying to get their name online. They're not trying to have all these complicated features. So you usually don't have to worry too much, but if they are, you really need to itemize all these little features that they're looking to get in the invoice or in the proposal so that they're able to break it down, and they can also go to other web firms and get an idea of where you stand or where your business or where your sales stands, as opposed to where the client, what other businesses can provide for the client. So that's kind of the process as far as getting the costs and the time frames together. The last thing I would kind of say as a sales process is if you do kind of get them in the door and you start to talk to them about the website, start talking about selling additional services. Can you manage and host their website going forward, providing security, providing updates, providing upgrades, providing all these services that websites will continue to need going forward, not just the initial site build and launch? Can you provide any type of digital marketing, social medias, graphic designs, video editing, all these social media marketing? There's so many different outlets out there that you can also additionally kind of propose to the client and see what their ideas are as far as, once the website's launched and what to ultimately give them next. So guys, with that being said today, I just kind of wanted to go over the website sales process, what it kind of looks like. Wow, it's not a quick process. It doesn't happen overnight. We usually get the call, kind of start talking. It could be a week or two before you kind of get the proposal to them and they get back with feedback, and it's not an overnight process. But you got to get started somewhere, and if you follow these kind of steps as far as, getting the good contact, prospecting their current site, their business assets, their ultimate goals, breaking it down into costs and time frames, and then kind of promoting them with other services that you can offer, I assure you that you will continue to grow your sales funnel, keep your project pipeline very full. These are just a few thoughts that I wanted to give to you guys today when you're selling your website. So if you guys like the video, give a like and subscribe. That stuff helps, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.